Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Project Garage. Today we're going to install a steering wheel on my 240. We're going to do this by using an NRG short hub and an NRG quick release system. And I'm using a Keys Racing 350mm steering wheel. A reason to change your steering wheel is you can get a smaller diameter wheel, which in turn kind of changes your steering ratio in a way, in the sense that less turning of the steering wheel amounts to the same turning of your actual wheels. So that actually gives it a nice feel when you're driving, when you're cornering. Also, the Keys Racing wheels and a lot of other wheels have nice thicker grips to hold on to. It looks awesome. And the reason to use a quick release is so that you can, pop your wheel off of your hub, and that allows you to get in and out of the car easier. And also, you can use it as a security kind of item. I know NRG sells locking kits that lock your hub, and you can also take your wheel with you or lock your wheel in the trunk so no one takes it. I got both of these hubs on eBay. It was a lot cheaper than actually buying it on NRG's site. I got the hub from a seller called Spec Motorsports. It was like $90, and the hub was also $90. I can't remember what user I bought it from, but it's a very good user, good ratings, and it was 90 bucks. So I got both of them for about $180, which is pretty cheap compared to the retail on NRG's website. So I recommend you go there and pick these up. They're really good items. As far as the steering wheel, you can use whatever wheel you want. The NRG quick release is a universal pattern, so you can get a Nardi wheel or a Momo wheel or Keys Racing like I did, or whatever kind of wheel you want, and it'll work. One thing I did notice is my Keys Racing wheel didn't actually bolt straight on to the short hub, and I think they did that for a reason. The short hub was actually designed to work with their quick release system. So kind of just keep that in mind. If you buy the short hub, also pick up a quick release. With all that said, let's get in the car and put the wheel on. Okay guys, so the first step is to take the horn centerpiece out. Do this, it just kind of pulls out, but there is one clip that's in the middle over here on the inside that you actually need to loosen that screw, or else it breaks most of the time. I know I'm going to get some flack for this, but my screw is gone. I took it out because I didn't want it there because it's annoying. But there's a hole in the back of the steering wheel back here, and if you just stick a screwdriver back in that hole, you can find the screw and loosen that, and that should make it easy to pull this off. So just pop your horn off just like that, toss it aside. Now the next step is to take this little piece out. Let me zoom in so you guys can get a better look at it. So now I want to take this off. This is actually what holds your horn thing on. This is just held on by 4 Phillips screws. So go ahead and remove those. And that should just come out like that. Put that aside. Now we can work on this 19mm nut that holds the wheel onto the shaft. Okay, the next step is to remove this 19mm nut. Before you remove this, make sure your steering wheel is centered. Make sure your wheels are centered, and mark the center of this shaft here. It'll make it a lot easier to align your new hub onto your steering wheel. So like I said, this is a 19mm nut. Go ahead and remove that. You can put this aside. You need to save this because this is what you're going to use to put your hub on as well. Okay, now that you've got the 19mm nut off the wheel, you can go ahead and pull the steering wheel off. I'm going to say right now, sometimes this is the hardest thing to do. Sometimes they just come out really easily. Sometimes you're going to feel like you should be crowned King Arthur when you take this off. Point being, it will come off. You just have to keep trying. I tried to take it off earlier and I couldn't. My friend did it in like 3 seconds. You just have to hit it the right way and it'll come off. So yeah, see, this just came off really easily. If it's not coming off, what you should do is kind of hit the sides at the top and the bottom, and then it'll eventually break loose, and then you can just lift it out. But yeah, that is that with this. Put this wheel in storage or throw it away or make it a mantelpiece or something. Point being, this is done with forever. So put that aside. Now grab your NRG short hub. Now at the top of the hub, there's a little dimple that indicates that that is the top of the hub, and it should be on the same line as this NRG logo. Go ahead and put that on your steering shaft. Make sure that it lines up with the mark you made on your shaft earlier, and just push that in. And now we can take our 19mm bolt and put it back on here. Okay, the torque spec for this nut is between 22 and 29 foot-pounds. So I'm using 25 foot-pounds, and go ahead and tighten that. Okay. Alright, our next step is pretty much to start installing the quick release. My horn doesn't work, but if you do want your horn to work, make sure that the pins back here, when you took your wheel off, there were 3 pins there. Make sure that they're contacting the metal plate on the back of the hub. If not, your horn's not going to work. Mine doesn't work because my pins are messed up and they're like worn down, so I have to replace them, and I didn't really feel like it because I haven't had a horn this far anyway. But if you do want the horn to work, you have to make sure those pins are contacting the metal plate. Since I'm not using the horn, I'm going to go ahead and take this wire off. Okay, now we can go ahead and start installing the quick release. The way you take this out, you push this pin in and you pull on this at the same time, and the bottom will pop out. So for the quick release, you just bolt this part onto here with the bolts that they provided. Make sure that this NRG logo is at the top. There's also a dot there, and you can line that up with the dot on the hub. Go ahead and screw in these Allen screws. Alright, now that that is on, go ahead and put the other side of the quick release on. And now we can move on and put the wheel on. Okay, one little tip, I'm going to go ahead and take this pin out. It's kind of annoying to push this in and pull this at the same time with the wheel on. This pin is pretty much there just to prevent this from taking itself off. I'm going to have a hard time believing that this is going to come off on its own anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this little safety pin. There's just an Allen set screw in here. Just remove that. And this will come out with the spring, and you can save that for if you want to put it in later for some reason. And I'm just going to put the set screw back in there as well. now we can put our steering wheel on. Okay, so go ahead and line your steering wheel up. I had to get these bolts or screws from Home Depot because they were not actually included with the quick release. These are M8 by 0.5, if I believe. I think I'm not mistaken. But M8 by 0.5 or 10-32 in standard. That also works. So just go ahead and screw these in. Alright, the steering wheel is now in. And that's really all there is to it. I just need to put the horn button on. And the horn should kind of just, apparently just force it in here. I had a really hard time trying to do this yesterday. Okay, and that is all there is to it. To remove your steering wheel, if you took that safety pin out, all you do is pull back and steering wheel is off. To put it on, you just do that. And if you do put it on like off center or something, it won't click until it's at the center. So there it is, guys. That is all there is to it. Please subscribe if you like this video and give the video a thumbs up. You can follow me also on Instagram. My Instagram is crash91. And check out the website. I'll see you in the next video, guys.